Hi, I'm Celeste and welcome to Find Your Purple. Today is day 9 of SSSVEDA, which is a video every day for the month of August. And I'm heading to an all-day meeting in Austin, so I thought I'd run this video this morning, and I might not have time to load it till tonight, but at least I'll have it taped. And my topic is life is a formula. And the reason I'm saying that is, as complex as the world is, scientists have pretty much put everything into a formula. And I think a lot of things can. A relationship needs a certain amount of ingredients to make it work. Or if you don't have a relationship working, you can sometimes back into the missing piece, what fell through. Or if you want a plant to grow, you need sun, you need water to have a live plant. Obviously, you can make things as complicated or as simplistic, but hopefully you get the point that if you have a dead plant, you can look back and see what was missing. Maybe you went out of town and forgot to water it for 3 months. But the same is true with health. You have to put the right energy into our bodies, the right components, so our bodies have something to work with to build all the cells. And yet, in society today, people are very specific about what gas they put in their car, about what oil they put in, how they maintain equipment. And yet when it comes to our bodies, we're very careless. I know I was. I really put food into the entertainment category, the comfort category, the emotional category, the boredom. And I think as a society, we have changed how we look at food. It used to be there for survival, and now it's really more of an enjoyment. It's a family occasion. I think many people, that's how they show their love, by putting out all this food. I had a friend once who tried to lose weight, but no matter what he did, his mom kept feeding him. That was her way of saying, I love you. But it was very hard for him because he had about 100 pounds to lose. And that was a real struggle. And I think, again, in my life, I can see how food is, I miss some of the junk food. I miss some of the ability to just grab a bag of potato chips and sit by the TV and just eat an entire bag, which going to a vegan diet a couple years ago, the really blessing it gave me is I began to consciously look at what I eat. I had not done that up to that point. Once I'd go on a diet or something like that, but I never really connected what I ate equated to how I felt, and ultimately equated to how healthy I am, or how healthy I'm going to be, or how unhealthy I'm going to be. And I think, again, as a society, especially in the U.S., people aren't making the connection with food and health. And you walk in Sam's or Costco's or something. I was shocked when I went in a while back and walked down the aisles, and this was after, this wouldn't have fazed me. I would have probably been thrilled with the deals prior to going on a vegan diet, prior to this kind of conscious shift that I needed to be more aware of my food. But I walked down aisles, and I mean aisles and aisles of junk food. Huge bags and boxes and packages of all sorts of sugar cereal, all sorts of potato chips and candies and food. Rows and rows and rows of it. And when you really stop and look at it from that perspective, and you see that in literally several rows as high as the ceiling was poison that our kids are eating, which really scares me. And I hope parents, and I hope my daughters, when they, my granddaughter's 18, but I'm hoping when my other daughters have kids too, that they'll start making that connection. What they feed their child is huge with how that child grows and develops. And I wasn't conscious of that. I thought I was, but I really was at the age where my kids did I cooked every day, but there was a lot of processed food going on. So my point today is, in all your life, if something's not working, stop and look at it and see what ingredients missing or what wrong ingredients you're using. And in particular, look at your health. If you've got an illness or even a swollen toe or varicose veins or eczema, or everything you've got can be equated back to something you're eating or something you're not eating. As I've mentioned earlier, sometimes it's easier maybe, and that's with juicing, add juicing, even if you don't want to take away all the other stuff. But just stop and think about it. I didn't, and now I am. And now that I am, I'm opening my eyes to things that I wouldn't have looked at before because I didn't want to hear it, because I didn't want to change how I ate. But now I'm really understanding and watching my peers, people, my contemporaries, what the impact has been on how we've eaten or not eaten, how we've exercised or not exercised, because our bodies can put up with a lot of abuse for an awfully long time, but then it comes to the point where it builds up, and it's not until sometimes a major disease comes that you're forced to really look at the consequences of your action. So if you're blessed to not have anything yet, then jump on it and stay there. And because what one doctor told me once is, many people are on the edge of a cliff, and that they look healthy, they feel healthy, but that things are going on in their body, and that very next day might be the day they get a diagnosis of cancer or they have a heart attack, because things are happening that might not yet have surfaced. So that's it for the day. Not a very cheerful subject, but on the other hand, maybe it should be. We can take control of our life, our relationships, our health, our faith, you name it. You have more control than you might think to change your life. But you have to take actions, and you have to take the right actions. It doesn't have to be huge steps, just small steps. Being nicer to your spouse, biting your tongue instead of a sharp word to your child, or adding the juice, or not stopping at the fast food, or picking up a barbell and doing a few arm lifts or something, arm raises. Just small steps can lead you in surprisingly great changes. So don't be discouraged, be encouraged that you have control. Take it, starting today. So that's it for today. As always, grab your cup of tea, sit back, and let's start sharing. Until next time, bye-bye.